Guys, welcome to another video. This evening we are at the blowholes, still in the Albany region of WA. If you didn't watch last week's video, we're also in Albany as well. It was just actually this morning that I was photographing Little Beach in my last video. So if you haven't watched that, feel free to go back and watch it. But yeah, this evening we're going to try and get a sunset at blowholes. Unlike last week's video, we've actually got some light. Well, for now anyway. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's hope it sticks around and gives us a nice show so I can get some good photographs. But yeah, a little bit nervous about this area because I haven't actually been here before. So I need to try and find a good composition, and if the light does its thing, then I need to try and do my thing. Let's give it a crack. So I'm thinking this might just be the spot. Yes, I know. Makes me nervous too. But I'm not actually that close to the edge. I've got a good couple of meters from the actual edge of the rocks there. The only thing I'm worried about is my camera going in, not me. So as you can see, we did have some pretty good light, but I'm a little bit worried about what it's going to do as it gets closer to that horizon. I really want that gold glow. We just have to keep watching, see what eventuates. But yeah, I'll try and get some photos anyway, and if I don't get amazing light, I don't get it. At least we're out enjoying. I mean, look at this, unbelievable. So at the moment, just trying to perfect the composition. There's a lot going on which you can't quite see on that camera, but it's very messy down there with the rocks and the whitewash and the sides of these big boulders to the right. So I'm just trying to get that all lined up, just make it sort of look visually appealing to the eye. So I'm just trying to time my shots at the moment. There's some big swells coming through, like that one there. Boom, lovely. In any other ordinary landscape scene, you might go in there, wait for the right moment, and you might only fire off half a dozen shots. But when it comes to taking photos with moving water, it's not uncommon that you might take, oh goodness, even 100 photos, because as I was saying in my previous video, it's just constantly changing. Every shot is different. When you have a moving subject, it's always different. So you just get addicted to trying to capture the water at its best. Oh, we got 2 or 3 big swell lines coming in here. Let's see if we can song on these bad boys. Come on, baby. Here she comes. Booyah! Might just grab you off that tripod. Just give you a look at what I'm looking at. But before I come over there, I might quickly take this off. I just don't want this going in the water while I'm coming over there. So here's what we're working with. So my camera can see a little bit more than what this can. So basically my frame stretches from the sun on the horizon there through down to these rocks. It's quite spectacular. It's all about waiting for the right moments and catching the movement of the water the way that you want. And just as I thought, it might be starting to get a little bit of colour in the sky. Let's keep open, eh? So we did actually end up getting some good light in the sky, but as you can see, it's very much on the horizon because directly above all that cloud had moved off. It would have been amazing if that high cloud had stayed over the scene and would have painted the whole thing in that glowy pink red colour, but it's still nice, don't get me wrong. Can't get things perfect all the time, but it's much better than the conditions I have had so far. Very pleased. Just after saying that, you know, I thought the best of the light was gone and that it was too far on the horizon and it wasn't really going to paint the scene, well then it did light up. It wasn't, you know, quite as good as it could have been, but it was pretty damn well close, and hopefully my shots will do it justice, which you'll see very shortly. Anyway, sorry for not showing that to you. I was just too engrossed in making sure I got the shot. So yeah, anyway, I'll put them up soon. But yeah, very happy going home with a smile on my face. It's yeah, when you have a very, very ordinary day weather-wise, to come across a scene like that, it reminds you why you love doing this so much. So tomorrow I'm off to Esperance, but I'll be up early in the morning to photograph sunrise somewhere. I still don't know. So tomorrow I'll be up early to photograph sunrise somewhere. Yeah, I don't know where. There's probably a few options. It's really going to be dependent on the weather. If it's going to be like yesterday, then maybe it might not be much point. But either way, stay tuned, because in the same video we'll be shooting either sunrise tomorrow morning or it will be a sunset in Esperance. So yeah, that'll be tomorrow for me, but for you, it'll be very, very shortly. Stay tuned. Well, good morning. I must confess, since you last saw me, we've actually skipped the day. Yeah, so after photographing the sunset that you just saw, the following morning just wasn't great. The conditions were horrible for sunrise, so had a bit of a sleep in, and had planned to show you a sunset in Esperance, where I am now, but that didn't go to plan either. Had some issues with my campsite. Honestly, I think they must have booked me on the hardest campsite possible. I couldn't hammer my pegs in. I went to Bunnings, bought some drill tent pegs. Even trying to drill those into the dirt was absolutely horrendous. It just took me forever to put my tent up. It's supposed to be like a 20-minute tent, and I think I spent about 20 minutes per peg, so I lost all the time that I had available to try to get my tent in and go and shoot sunset. So unfortunately I had to skip basically the whole day yesterday, but we'll continue the video here. I'm parked up at Twilight Beach for sunrise. It looks beautiful, but again, I don't think the conditions are great, but yeah, we'll head down there and we'll have a look around and we'll see what we can do. Got about half an hour until sunrise, so yeah, we'll have a bit of a squiz and hopefully get a few shots, and yeah, we'll see. I'm thinking for my composition, I really like the way that the light's sort of capturing this rock on the end here. I wouldn't mind trying to get it a little bit out into the water and utilise that as a bit of a foreground, but I don't know. It's pretty chilly. Maybe even from this angle you can really get that second boulder as well. The light's really going to hit that nicely. If you use a wide angle lens, I can probably get most of this scene right out towards this way as well. I don't know. Get the camera out and have a look. So we just started to get some sunbeams on the far horizon, which I might try to, we're clutching at straws here, but I might try to utilise that for a shot. So we'll see how we go. Back into the water we go. So I think there's a lot of separation between the rocks and those sun rays, so maybe a longer lens to try and compress the image a little bit. Might give that a go. So we'll see if this works. So when you're trying to zoom in and compress the image, you don't really need to be as close to those rocks. So I'm just trying to position myself right so I can get the right zoom. You probably noticed I've moved in the frame. Tried just about every spot possible, every composition, and as I keep saying, without the right light, it just makes things so difficult. Well, I think we'll call it, eh? This is what we call timing. You can see now all this beautiful cloud, separated cloud above us. And you got that separation line on the horizon. If that line was there as the sun was coming up, all this cloud here would have caught that light. But unfortunately, all of this thick cloud was on the horizon as the sun was coming up and basically blocking all of the light. And so, as I said, it's all about timing. We're talking a half an hour and things just don't come together. But that's photography. So we did what we could this morning. Conditions were against us, but yeah, it's better than nothing. So yeah, for the rest of the day, well, actually now probably going to go back to camp. I don't know, maybe have a couple hours extra sleep. I've only had about 4 or 5 hours, so maybe a bit of a nap, then a coffee, and then yeah, we'll head out to Cape Le Grand National Park to have a bit of an explore around, and yeah, that will be in next week's video. So thanks for watching this video, much appreciated, and yeah, stay tuned. See you guys.